Want to hear all about how I manifested everything, including a gorgeous rooftop presidential suite and a conversation with Dr. Joe Dispenza at his retreat in Marco Island? Let's begin. My dear shiny mind, you who is watching, may I invite you to hit that subscribe button? This way, you and I are going to become partners in shine and elevate the consciousness in the world. Thank you so much in advance, and I'll see you inside. Welcome to the Shiny Minds Show with Dr. Shiny. I am a little bit more excited than I always am today because I just came back from a 1-week retreat in Marco Island with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I've had the time of my life. I have always manifested incredible things, including the dream life that I live, the dream clients that I get to work with, and the dream business that I feel as my heart's calling. But this week was another level. Why? Because number one, in the first day, manifested the most gorgeous presidential suite of the JW Marriott in Marco Island, the presidential suite, the corner suite, overlooking the entire beach with white sands and breathtaking sunset. And it was no roof above my balcony. And it would actually not be fair to call it a balcony. It was a gorgeous terrace. And I manifested a conversation with Dr. Joe Dispenza, which is super unheard of. And that was a burning question that I really wanted to ask him. And as I was driving from Miami, I literally was visualizing the conversation that I would have with him, even the tone of my voice, how I would ask him. That is also taken care of. I manifested my own designated corner chair in the entire room. Out of 1,500 people, I had my own chair that was designed to me. It would say reserved for Dr. Shiny Unsal. And I would just go there every day just to do my own meditation, not with other people, but by myself. And I also manifested incredible people that are all entrepreneurs, business owners, people that are purpose driven, that are heart centered, that are open minded, that are galactic in my language. And then lastly, in my incredibly luxurious and then gorgeous presidential suite, I manifested next level meditations, dreams that are still with me that I want to talk to you about today. So let's start with the ants that I am talking about. Like, what are the ants and why you should care about the ants that I saw in my meditations? So in my very first meditation, when we were in the room together with all these 1,500 people, they're mostly new people. This was my second time with Dr. Joe Dispenza. The first one was 4 years ago in Cancun. Yeah, I always choose the most gorgeous locations to get the vibe of the meditation, the white sand, the sun, the sunshine, and the sea, the ocean, the blue waters, the mysterious vibe to get into my cosmic galactic meditation and manifestation zone of genius. And 4 years later, here I am doing my second retreat with him, a week-long retreat. And the very first meditation that we do, I go immediately to the void, and my scenes that I see as downloads start with this visual image. I see my legs, my feet. I'm wearing white sneakers, my Prada shoes, my Prada sneakers. I mean, I love them. They are Prada shoes. And at the same time, there are a lot of ants coming out of my Prada shoes. And those are like black ants and very annoying, disturbing. Like, why would I have ants, black, teeny tiny ants coming out of my Prada shoes, right? And it was just one scene that got me thinking. And that's why I wanted to talk about these ants with you, because a regular person perhaps would get disturbed, would get distracted, and then would get discouraged once they see an image of a ton of teeny tiny ants coming out of their shoes. And like, I want you to picture this with me. You are wearing this gorgeous pair of Prada shoes. They are clean and they are white and they're comfortable. And these ants are coming out of those round holes, where you have the lace of the shoes. The holes are where the ants are coming out. I don't know where they're coming from, but they're coming out. They're like hiding underneath, but then they're coming out to the surface from those holes. And it's just a disturbing image. Like, how would you feel in that moment, right? Well, my subconscious, conscious, unconscious, all of the consciousness integrating in that moment looks at that scenery and then sees, oh, this is something, a residual feeling that I need to release to the void so that I can become whole within myself. These are the stuff that I need to let go. Perhaps there are some patterns that I am not aware of still after doing this work for more than 15 years now. Yeah, I'm celebrating my 15th year this month. And I know that there is always room for improvement. And that's also the reason why I never give out 10s in my mentor coaching performance evaluation sessions to my coaching students and clients. The highest score I give is 9. So if I am 9, I know that I'm improving from 9.1 to 9.2 to 9.2.2. So it's very tiny improvements. And that's why I'm totally okay seeing those ants showing up as some residual patterns to release to the void so that I can go to my next level. After you reach a certain point of mastery, when you look at your life, you live the life in the way that you want, you work with the people that you want to work with, you take the action steps in your life as you feel completely aligned with them. That is 9, right? You're healthy, you're abundant, and you're joyful, you're peaceful, you're blissful. And that is 9. That is still 9. And then I know there is 9.9 somewhere in my reality. And then I am okay to look at this growth path, not something linear, but sometimes teeny tiny from 9.01 to sometimes 9.99. It's not the same every day. So the point is, the moral of the story is this: never allow those unpleasant moments, those unwanted images that you see in your life to stop you from improvement. Never allow them to stop from progressing in your life. Those are necessary. We gotta integrate them. We gotta accept them. Those little ants, those are part of my reality. And then I accepted them. And here's what happened. The moment I acknowledged and accepted the ants, you know what happened? The next day, I did not see any ants. I only saw myself floating in the air, in the void, and becoming one with myself. And then I got the downloads. I got the exact imagery that I needed to move forward in my path. Everyone is going to see or feel exactly the way that they are supposed to. Again, my point is, stop judging yourself. It's just an imagery. It's just a metaphor, the way that we live life. Instead of looking at little pixels, little pieces of the puzzle, we see a metaphoric image like ants. And then that represents something to release, which is totally fine, right? If you were perfect, then you wouldn't enjoy the path of perfection. If you were already God, you wouldn't really get fascinated on your way to become your divine version, right? So it's all divine timing, as Dr. Joe was saying at the retreat. It was divine timing. And if you are wondering what it meant to me, the ants coming out of my shoes and what happened later on, was this, because I realized something within myself. The ants represented my thinking that I had a very small business. It was too small. Yes, I do have dream clients and coaching students that I certified in more than 55 countries. And yet, when I look at my bank account, I do not have the millions that I want to see yet. It's in another reality. I know it is there in this dimension, right? So, and it is also a very direct point of manifestation that I created the reality of living in the presidential suite for a week. The presidential suite, you know how big it was? It was the biggest room in the entire hotel, JW Marriott in Marco Island. It had no rooftops. It had a hot tub in the terrace, in the balcony. It had another bathtub inside in one of my bathrooms. It had a gorgeous living room with a pool table, with a guest room inside to serve coffee and tea and drinks. And most importantly, it had the highest frequency of abundance that I wanted to experience, that I was already internally feeling like. And this was, to me, was a question after seeing the ants coming out of my shoes in my meditation. So wait a minute, this is the final residue of self-doubt. I am judging myself. I am looking at my business as a completely small micro empire, and that would be the language that I would use for my business. It's a micro empire because I am not generating millions, like seven figures in a year just yet. I made millions of dollars in accumulation in my business over the years. The part that I am judging myself is that I haven't made $1 million year just yet. Right? So that is my thinking, that those are the ants coming out of the shoes, those Prada shoes that I love so much. And here's what I realized after that. Watch this one, because this might be very important for those of you who are watching or listening to me right now. Sometimes what you do not see might be even bigger than the reality that you are trying to create, manifest. All right. Because what am I focusing on? I am focusing on the $1 million revenue within 12 months, right? So, and then what I realized later on is that once you look at the $1 million a year revenue and the breakdown of the profit margins of those businesses who are creating $1 million revenues, the profit margins are low, like super low when it comes to my reality. When you look at Apple, Apple has about 25 to 30% profit margin, one of the most profitable global brands in the entire universe, right? Apple. Guess what? Here's what I realized. Although I haven't made $1 million year yet, do you know what my profit margins are? Every single year, it's more than 75%. It's unheard of. When I looked at my numbers within that lens, I realized that, that was a neuro-shine moment to me in my own language. I am judging myself not having made $1 million yet, but I'm not appreciating the incredible high profit margin lifestyle that I live. And then I totally operate from mind over matter, energy attraction, manifestation, instead of hustle and 3D matter to matter hustle culture. I do not have that. I let go of that since I started my online business after COVID. I looked deeply into my numbers, my business, and how I work with clients all over the world. And all my team members, they know that. I don't chase clients. My students, they find me because I am listed with my Academy of Neuro-shine Technology in ICF's coaching education database. You can go to ICF's website and search for accredited coaching education, and you're going to see the Academy of Neuro-shine Technology over there. That's where I'm listed. And that's why my business is attracting people who are searching for me, who are in need of my programs, who are ready to become a certified coach, who are ready to become a change maker, who are not only ready, but excited to lead the change, to create the transformation, to start their own coaching business, to create a bigger impact, to use their voice to create transformation in the world with their lifetime. And that's why I'm not operating from this old way of doing the business. Like you create the business and then you put the ads and then you spend millions of dollars on ads and then make Meta richer and you only get like 5% margin. I don't do that. I don't use ads. As a matter of fact, I really did my best to use ads. For some reason, they just don't really work for me. They haven't so far. I'm accepting I can learn and I am here to learn and grow. For where I am today in 2026, I have organic clients that they find me. And because I do an amazing job, I am committed to make everybody not only happy, but beyond happy. My students, after they graduate, they start talking about it. And I have referral programs where I send a check to my students when they refer somebody else for me to work with. So because of this, I realized that I'm actually partnering up with the universe and I'm attracting dream clients. And because of that, I have high profit margins. Hello, Shiny Minds. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to tell you that this Shiny Minds show is sponsored by my Academy of Neuro-shine Technology, where myself, as the founder, and my hand selected, amazing, elite, ICF accredited coach educators are here to support you, to make you feel safe, seen, heard, appreciated, free to become whoever you want to be, and also transformed forever, inside out. What makes our programs different is the triple certification that you cannot find anywhere else. Perhaps you are looking to get your ICF coaching credential. We can provide you that. Perhaps you're also wondering if you can learn neuro-linguistic programming somewhere. We take care of that. Also, we give you the neuro-linguistic programming, the NLP certification, directly from the source, directly from Dr. Richard Bandler, the co-creator of NLP, the genius who created NLP. His team creates your NLP certification. He personally signs your NLP certification. They FedEx your NLP certification to me. I put my own signature on it, and then I email you the PDF. You receive the most legitimate NLP certification in the entire planet. Plus, you also receive my intellectual property, my global award-winning, proven transformational curriculum. You get licensed to use my neuro-shine technology framework as your coaching methodology. You become a licensed, a certified neuro-shine technology coach. So when you choose to join us, you get triple certified at the price of only one. We are here to hold your hand and to support your growth. If you ever feel like there is this part of you who wants to become more and achieve more, let us become your partners in shine. My margin, my profit margin has been more than 70% since I started my ICF accredited programs after COVID. Like every single year in a row. My high profit margin is what allows me to have my luxurious, my super freedom-based lifestyle. I get to travel. I get to take off 2 or 3 months out of 12 months in a year. And I just literally just go away. I travel. I am not working at all. And when I work, the way that I work, I have 2 or 3 cohorts a year. Other than that, my faculty is there to also provide cohorts. And I have my dream team who are also a part of my mission. And we are here to serve and make this world a better place. And that is what I got to see after these meditations. And I appreciated that. So I have always been grateful for my lifestyle, for my business, and everything that I get to experience in this lifetime. And right now, the next level clarification to me was like how unique my business structure is. I do not operate from the old structure businesses. Everybody in my world owns their own businesses, including my team, my marketing and sales team. They have their own virtual assistants businesses. And my faculty, they own their own coaching businesses. And that's the world that I created because that is the world that I want to live in. I want to work with people who are empowered enough to create their own reality. And if that is you, I am telling you, this magic works. So, my secret is that you do not deny anything. You do not avoid anything. You accept it. You get curious about it and you release the doubt. You release the judgment. You release the fear. And all you are left with at the end of the day in this 3D reality is you choosing you and your own path, your own full radical alignment. That's my word for 2026, so that you keep ascending and then you keep living a life of high profit margin. Because what is the point of making millions of dollars if you're already spending them to ads, to team, to salaries, to things, but you have nothing left for your lifestyle? What is the point? If the point is living the lifestyle, and if you're already living the lifestyle, then like, what is it for, right? It's just a number. It's just another game that we play. And that's why I'm telling you the secret is the mindset, the heart set, and the coherence of the brain and heart so that you can unlock your soul essence. That soul essence is what is entangled with the consciousness of the universe, the fabric of the universe. Once you understand that, once you go deep enough to become one with that, then you get to become a magnet. Then your electromagnetic field becomes the magnet of the reality that you manifest. And when I look at my life, that's exactly what I see. I have been manifesting the dream life, the dream clients, the dream lifestyle, the dream health, the body, the mind, the heart, the feelings, the emotions, the bliss, everything that I have been manifesting. And I would like to teach you how to do that because I also studied it. I am not only practicing it myself, but I know the mechanics behind it. I have written 2 doctorate dissertations on the metaphysical science of consciousness. And I would like to show you that. I would like you to learn. I would like to teach you how to manifest your own reality in full alignment with your truth, who you are, your lifestyle, your purpose, your magic. And if you're interested in that, I'm going to drop the link below so that you can access to it. And of course, I am super excited to tell you that my magic works every single time. And that's also why I had my conversation with Dr. Joe Dispenza and I manifested my own chair to manifest, to lay down during the week-long Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat. And then I met incredible people that I wanted to work with. It just works every single time. It really does. And I am a geek when it comes to measuring. I have to have the numbers. I have to get the evidence, the proof. So if you are someone like me, I am super scientific when it comes to evidence. If I didn't have the evidence, if I didn't have the results, the numbers, then I wouldn't even dare to tell you that I can teach you. I am telling you the numbers work. The students who graduate, they experience the same magic. And that's why I'm here to tell you that you create your own reality. And I am here to co create that delicious reality with you whenever you're ready for it. Thank you for watching. And until next time, keep shining your light.
Go galactic. Go galactic.
Go galactic.
Then you're in the right place. Let's go, let's go.